And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside and Dominique Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan. The vision of Magic Johnson is unsurpassed. And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
The Tennessee Volunteers should be here. Clark, you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads. They've become really the faces of the NBA.
And, Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts, but you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed they do. Clock at 4. Bird kicks to Jordan. 14 feet away. Look at the soft touch of Michael Jordan. Clark, amidst this All-Star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch.
Really crafty play that time by Jordan. Good decision. The defense was locked in on him, so he gave it away.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And an exhibition game with plenty of motivation for these stars nonetheless. For more, let's say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, I was talking to Larry Bird about his goals for the matchup, and he said, I think our job is to get the ball to Michael Jordan, get him into the game, and get the crowd into the game. So if Bird has anything to do with it, Michael Jordan will be the MVP. And that would be poetic justice this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Especially where we are. Well said, David. Thank you. Jordan Clark, obviously, in front of his hometown crowd. He loves it, and they really love it.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You think about the fans in Chicago. They love basketball. And I can expect, and you can too, a ton of energy, some extra adrenaline anytime Michael touches the ball.
Clark, this city is on fire with Jordan, aren't they? I mean, they love him, and they think about what's to come. My goodness.
Smoking.
Yeah. And Michael Jordan won the dunk contest last night, and man, was it great. What a thriller. He and Dominique Clark put on a great show, and you could tell they both wanted it so badly. Perhaps the home court advantage gave Michael Jordan Clark the edge.
And there was another winner from last night, and that was Larry Bird, taking home the trophy in the three-point shootout. And he didn't even need to take off his warm-ups to handle his business.
Clark, somebody told me he looked at the rest of the competitors and said, okay, who's going to be in second place here? Who's going to finish behind me?
Sounds just like it.
And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. There's got to be some excitement, maybe even, Clark, some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you belong out there.
I agree with that, and there can also be the temptation to try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor. Now, here's Drexler. Hits the three-point bomb. Clark wide open, high scoring both ways.
These tremendous All-Stars are putting on a tremendous show, Kevin.
What a blast. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the most All-Star appearances by far in NBA history. Clark, an All-Star in every season of his career except one. And in that year, he was injured.
Yeah, and at 40 years of age, matter of fact, the youngest player tonight was only 4 years old when Kareem made his first All-Star appearance. That player, Brad Daugherty.
No kidding.
That's right.
Hey, Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And, you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Now, here's Jordan. Rivers can't get it to go. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Clyde Drexler getting jiggy with it. Nice little move that time, baiting the defender in tight and drawing the foul.
West All-Stars shooting their second and third free throws tonight. The free throw drops for Drexler.
2 shots.
Both free throws good from Drexler. 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Drexler against Jordan, and it's good from the elbow. Jordan's got 11 points. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
Michael Jordan getting it done for the East. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We've got more in store for you right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. As these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware. And so Bird will bring it up for the East All-Stars.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star game.
Jordan kicks to Bird. And that one is off. And the West will go the other way with it. Ewing is out there with Bird. And it's Rivers. And it's Michael Jordan. And it's Wilkins in at the 3. So that's who the East All-Stars start the second with.
And making his All-Star debut in his 3rd year in the league, Karl Malone, one of 4 players in the NBA, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds a game.
Jordan, the pass to Ewing. Outside for Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. The East All-Stars need to get another shot. And here we go. Fast break. Lever's got it. On the wing, Johnson. And Ewing with the block.
Boy, Ewing using that size to make an impact on D. He loves coming up with the rejections.
The West All-Stars have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Stars.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Daugherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. McHale's checked in.
Checking in for your East, Kevin McHale.
Here's Jordan. And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
And the West has made their imprint here in the early going, Clark.
Unfazed by those that are predicting otherwise. They're playing with a lot of confidence and maybe a little bit of an edge, too.
Yeah, you can see it, can't you?
Yep.
Elijah. Another spoon-fed basket for Magic.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Those last 3 playing here tonight.
Malone's checked in for the East.
East All-Stars, Moses Malone.
Johnson outside. Pass to Malone. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Malone's got the lead up to 5 now for the West All-Stars. Jordan looking around. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know, so far, I like the effort from both teams. It's an exhibition, but each team showing great pride. They're getting after it.
And Clark, so much talent for each side, but they got to develop that chemistry on the fly, don't they?
Exactly, and that's what the coaches will be looking for down the stretch. Which group of players really complement one another and give you the best chance to win?
And that one misses.
You know, there's so much that's amazing to me about Jordan, but his endurance stands out. He consistently gets stronger, it seems, as the game goes on.
And he sinks the second.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
Back to Bird. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one.
Larry Bird had it going last night at the Legends game, trying to fill it up tonight as well.
It's stolen by Lever.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Olajuwon.
2 minutes.
The shot comes out.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Here's Jordan. Offensive rebound, and the foul on Magic Johnson. That's his first foul. Danny Ainge has checked in for Larry Bird. The West also making some changes. Donaldson, he's checked in for Olajuwon. English comes in for Aguirre. Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Johnson.
No doubt about the brilliance of Jordan as a player. Outstanding at knowing when to go get that alley-oop.
There's 1:40 left in the first half. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point. Malone sets the pick for Jordan. A steal. 1:07 left to play in the first half. Ainge with the ball, and Drexler picking him up. Jordan kicks to Ainge. Back to Jordan. Lock at 6. McHale trying to free himself up. Jordan with the bucket. Jordan's got the game tied up here for the East All-Stars. English outside. East grabs the miss. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jordan outside. Unloads. The kick out to Ainge. Jordan left side. So they take the lead. Jordan's got 20 points.
Retaking the lead. What a show this one has been.
Oh, he got it!
Nice call.
He beats the buzzer!
Count it up.
Oh, big time shot!
How about that?
Woo.
Yo! Oh, boy. I can't believe that went in.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. West All-Stars lead by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And we welcome you back to the second half of the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. Great performances from these players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the East. It's a one-point game.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
On the court for the West All-Stars, Malone is out there with Olajuwon. Then there's English. Then it's Magic Johnson. And it's Lever in at the shooting guard.
Magic Johnson leads the league in assists, and he's also got the most assists in All-Star game history. He processes the game at another level, folks.
Jordan. That was something to see.
Good. Michael Jordan, MJ. It really doesn't get much better than this.
Here's Johnson. 5 points in the game. And the East is trailing.
And, you know, a lot of these fans, Kevin, are really behind them. But in an All-Star game, I think they really just want to see highlight plays from both sides.
I know you and I do.
Yeah, I love it.
Stolen by Bird. Jordan, high post. English is there. Screened by Malone. Jordan dishes to Malone. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. Jordan's got 4 assists now tonight. And Moses Malone Clark, the wily veteran for the Washington Bullets.
And you know, Kevin, his coach Wes Unseld says Malone has really added a level of aggressiveness to the Washington Bullets.
And he brings Clark a championship pedigree to the team.
No doubt.
And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show. Jordan's got a lot of flash to his game. A terrific guard, loves getting tricky with his ball handling and creating shots for himself.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And that one, good.
That's an excellent move inside, keeping pace here.
Here's English. Pass to Olajuwon. Olajuwon drawn the double team. English dishes to Olajuwon. Some nice passing here by the West. Oh, on display, the motor of Karl Malone.
And the 6'9" forward, Karl Malone out of Louisiana Tech, playing for the Utah Jazz. Tonight, he's wearing number 7 to honor the great Pete Maravich, who himself was a 3-time All-Star with the New Orleans Jazz.
And Clark, a slow start, but Michael Jordan is beginning now to get some momentum and heating up.
And the fans starting to take notice. They're feeling it a little bit, making some noise. They're certainly hoping he can make it happen.
Olajuwon drawn the double team. English with it, and it's Bird picking him up. Kept alive. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Karl Malone.
And, you know, before every game, Karl Malone calls his mother back in Summerfield, Louisiana, to ask what numbers he should shoot for. Tonight, she said go for 25 and 11.
Jordan, the East All-Stars check on 2 more.
I think Jordan could do this all day long. I mean, the mid-range area is a very comfortable area for him. You know, there's been talk about adding a 3rd referee to NBA games. The commissioner and the rules committee are in favor of it, and they plan to put it before the Board of Governors at the next meeting.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars. Big group substitution here for the East. Doherty's checked in for Malone. Ewing comes in for Bird. Danny Ainge is checked in for Wilkins. And it's Rivers in for Thomas. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Olajuwon. Worthy comes in for Karl Malone. McDaniels checked in for English. And Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Lever. Here's Drexler, and he makes good on the layup. That's 7 points for Clyde Drexler. And Clark with 3 officials working games. Do you think that'll result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly, with more guys out there.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the 3rd official, but over time it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, you know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with 3 officials out there.
And Kareem looking to set the career record for all-star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and You gotta love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Yeah, a good one. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Michael Jordan, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Jordan.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time.
It's Worthy missing. And here's the East. They're on a 14-6 run. And not many out there who can elevate like Michael Jordan.
Pretty artful dribbling display by Jordan there, and it completely baffled the defender.
They've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Johnson, a wide open look, drains the 19-footer. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Magic Johnson in his 8th All-Star game now, 2nd in All-Star votes this year, and he hosts his own All-Star game in the summer in L.A. as a fundraiser. And I understand it's quite an event. Not surprising at all to see Jordan piling up points, playing with a lot of determination and grit, and insisting on being aggressive looking for his shots.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Over to the wing. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. And so it's the East All-Star headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. We're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll return shortly. Welcome back to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. The Grand finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA. And that's an intentional foul.
Glad they fouled there. Let it go.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution for the East. Maurice Cheeks. Isaiah Thomas.
The West trails by 7.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. How about this? 36 games above 500 combined.
We've got Thomas. Jordan is out there with Cheeks. And there's Dominique Wilkins. And it's Rivers in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Jordan outside. Oh, and the jam by Jordan.
Jordan is something to watch slamming home the ball, man. This guy is really strong and does it with force.
And it's Drexler with the ball for the West. They trail by 7. Well, you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoffs.
And, you know, Chicago got off to that great start, Kevin. Then they cooled off just a bit. Now tied with Detroit at 3 games behind Atlanta. Those teams are breaked up pretty good.
Down the stretch here, the East, Clark, out in front.
Getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch. Entertaining from both sides.
Woo, it sure has been. Jordan, and Jordan slams it in.
That dunk right there encompasses the storyline of this game.
Oh, it does. Playing with confidence and swagger. The West trails by 7. Outside, Drexler. Drexler glides with the greatest of ease. Thighs slamma-jamma.
And enjoying his finest pro season, Clyde the Glide Drexler making his second All-Star appearance. Worked over the summer with Kiki Vandeweghe to substantially improve his jump shot.
And now let's hear from David Aldridge about Magic Johnson.
Hey, Kevin, when you talk to coaches, they are amazed at what Magic already sees on the court, that he always seems to make the right decision and plays at a higher level. One coach said, "Don't you get the feeling that Magic Johnson and Larry Bird are watching this game in slow motion?" It certainly seems that way, Kevin. Back to you.
David, that's a great report, and thank you for it. Clark, that's an apt description. That's right on the money, don't you think?
I think it speaks to the rivalry between Magic and Bird on the floor. They're extremely competitive, uber talented, and, you know, each guy is kind of looking at the other guy saying, well, you did this, I'm going to do that. Always looking to one-up the other.
And it's a new single-game record in scoring for the All-Star game, set right in front of us by Michael Jordan.
What an incredible athlete, Kevin, and it seems whatever he sets his mind to do, he can do it. Impressive.
And some changes here for the East. Malone comes in for Cheeks, and it's Bird in for Rivers. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Olajuwon comes in for Abdul-Jabbar, and it's English in for Worthy. The West trails by 6. Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. Michael Jordan really making a difference here.
Boy, he's been killing them all night, and the defense looks like it's practically packed it in.
The East making a switch. Rivers checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Malone. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Malone tipped back in for 2.
No doubt about it. That's a big shot. Huge from Karl Malone. He's definitely a go-to guy in this league.
Finishing with force. Whoa.
Shook that building all the way up. Can you guys believe it? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Clark, that was special. Now a timeout call by the West All-Stars. They're down by 6. 1:52 left to play in the final quarter. 1:52 left to play here in the fourth. Inside. And Malone gets double-teamed. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And they double up Jordan. Kicks it to Bird. Outside Jordan. English brings the double team. Jordan finds Wilkins. A 3. Hakeem Olajuwon with the rebound. The West trails by 6. It's English with the drive. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson.
You know, people said Alex English was too light of frame, too skinny, not athletic enough. Well, how about this? He's playing in his 7th straight All-Star game. So much for being too skinny. Hey, anytime the game's on the line, Jordan is exactly the guy I wanted to strike.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Leavers checked in for the West.
Taking the shot.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it. They've got to get points in bunches and in a hurry.
And the foul called on Michael Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
English looking around. Some nice passing here by the West. And it's Malone finishing it off.
Rising to the occasion, Malone delivering the clutch points.
And so it's Lever who brings up the ball for the West. So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
That Lever is not the biggest guard, but he makes big impact on the game because he plays with such intensity at both ends of the floor.
Moses Malone. He's checked in for the East. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Olajuwon can't tie it up as that one misses. I expect, Clark, they'll take their time here.
Yeah, every second that ticks away plays to their advantage.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
A chance to tie it up right here.
Clark, how about the unselfishness of this team?
Love the willingness to make that extra pass, and it has the defense in a scramble mode.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And they go to the intentional foul.
They want to extend this game. That's why they did what they did there.
Third team foul.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
This is who the team wants on the line. Wilkins wants to come up big in these spots.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
Not the results he or his teammates were hoping for. He could have put this away.
Timeout called here by the East. They're going to talk it over. They trail by 2. 12 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. English passes to Malone. Johnson surveying the floor. Stolen by Bird. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for your East.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
And you know, these moments don't faze Bird at all. He enjoys being the guy to take the critical shots because he's got ultra confidence in himself.
Timeout called here by the East. They're going to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
I think you attack the rim here, get the ball close to the goal, and that way, even if you miss, you might have a chance for the putback.
And the Eastern All-Stars deliver. The favorites coming in, but they did not disappoint.
Yeah, you looked at that team on paper, and you saw they were the stronger team and should have been favored, but you still got to go out and prove it, and they did exactly that.
And so much scoring in that lineup for the East. My goodness, look at those names. That's always going to be tough to stop.
And you factor in the raucous crowd cheering on Michael Jordan, Kevin. No wonder they found that extra gear they needed when it was time to get it done.
That's a good point. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time.